good evening, everyone. We are so excited to have you joining this session to join our ISO community week. This will be an event online and will be from today through Thursday. And we would like first to thank you for joining this session. Today we will have three fellows speaking to us. We have Sami, we have Paola Pérez, we have Musa Stefan. Both Sami and Paola were the MANRS Fellows for 2020, and Musa Stefan is the MANRS Fellow for 2021. So they will talk in order. The first speaker will be the Sami, the second Paola, and third one will be Musa Stefan. They will be talking about the ISOC initiatives on securing the routing in the internet. So have fun, everyone, and please, Sami, have the floor.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the opportunity. I'm Sami Saleh. I'm from Sudan. I have been MANRS Fellow for 2020 in policy team with my colleague Paola. She's also in this workshop. I will start by presenting the manners of a strong internet. I will give the basics of manners and how actions are connected to solve routing security problems. Okay, let's start with the incident, and we all know that incidents are always happen. As of today, there are more than 100,000 autonomous networks across the internet with a unique AS number. This is a huge number of autonomous networks that need to collaborate together to make the internet more secure. Only during last month, the MANRS Observatory reports 1,400, more than 1,400 incidents. Those are committed by near 1,000 participants or autonomous network system in the internet worldwide. Also, another interesting fact that of the 10,000 major network incident back in 2019, around 40% were BGP-related incidents that affect about 4% of all network in the world, and it's committed by 2% of the network. So the problem in just 2% of the internet network affect near half of the internet. During October 4th this year, a command issued by an engineering in Facebook during a routine maintenance disconnect Facebook data center at all for 6 hours, and Facebook user got a server fail response, which means that DNS server cannot give answer to their query. But it's not DNS problem. It was BGP and routing problem. So although that Facebook is a MANRS participant and they have successfully admitted to the actions for CDN in MANRS. So even you have good practice and good security policy, you are not safe, and you can be affected by internal or external errors. I urge everyone to read this blog at MANRS website. You can find more information about what happened to Facebook and other applications related to the Facebook data centers. Okay, this is the basic definition of MANRS, the mutually agreed norm for routing security. It's an initiative by ISOC to improve the security and reliability of the global internet routing system. based on collaboration among participants and shared responsibility for the internet infrastructure. So why people should join this initiative? Because they need the other to secure their network, because it's affected by all autonomous system in the internet. So you need to join to protect your network or yourself. Okay, we can talk about three main incidents that can happen on the internet routing system, the BGP, which are the prefix hijacking, route leaks, and IP spoofing. MANRS developed 4 actions to resolve those incidents. The first one is the filtering and anti-spoofing, coordination, and global validation. Okay, by filtering, we address and we can resolve the route hijacking and the route leakage. If you have good filtering in your network, you can combat those incidents. And you need to apply an anti-spoofing to prevent spoofed source IP address to safeguard your network from spoofed IP addresses. Both action, the first one and the second action, are addressing the root cause of the common routing incident. However, both are activated after the incident happened. So to be a proactive, MANRS has another 2 actions, which are coordination to facilitate global operational communication and coordinate between network operators, and the global validations to facilitate trust or reliable data to be propagated in the routing tables. So as I said, to be a proactive, MANRS have 2 more actions, which are developed to help limit the impact of incident and decreases the likelihood of the future incident. Okay, this is my start, and I hope now you have a good understanding of the MANRS and its initiative. I'm handing back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sami. Thank you for your presentation and for clarifying, guys, about the MANRS actions. So, if someone has some question to ask, please use the message tab to address it, and after we give space or floor for each one, you can raise up your hand. Please come in the place, Paola Pérez.
Thank you, Rogério. Well, my name is Paola Pérez. I'm from Venezuela, and I participate as a MANRS fellow policy in 2020. So first, according to my colleague Sami was talking about, MANRS is an initiative to join forces to improve the security and resilience of the Internet global routing system, to empower and support not only the network operators, also the Internet exchange points, the content delivery network, and cloud providers. For what? Well, all of this work is to take MANRS actions and reduce common routing threats. That means that is to decrease in number of routing incidents. So in the 2020, we had representatives from current MANRS participants at this moment. We had 4 ambassadors, 2 for training, 1 for research, and the other one for policy. So they were in charge of the mentorship and guidance and feedback to all 13 fellows that participate in 2020. So fellows in 2020 in the MANRS program, where we were emerging leaders, or we are emerging leaders worldwide, who believe that routing security is essential and we are ready to contribute to the improvement. We were divided in three main groups: a training group, the research group, and the policy group. So we had many activities in collaboration with Internet Society chapters and special interest groups. So the main results that I can share today with you for the 2020 was that we had 58 regional and national workshops reaching over 1,400 network operators in 17 different countries and 13 NOCs and IXP communities across all continents. For the research and policy initiative, we work in the incorporation of MANRS actions in the International Telecommunication Union study group. 17 on security. We were working the involvement in the Internet Engineering Task Force, request for comments or related to the BGP and RPKI. We also work in the development of a white paper on MANRS and the United Nations cyber norms. And we post many articles and blogs on various routing security issues. According to my personal experience, I worked specifically in building the capacity of 2 networks engineers at the U.S. Military Navy Station in Rota, Spain, to raise awareness about MANRS. I work with other fellows like Carmen Denise, that she was in charge of training. Also, Lia Solis, she was in MANRS training too. So we fellows from the Center for Women in Technology program in the cybersecurity module. So we were also sharing experiences according to matching the routing security with secured networks too. I advocate for policies that strengthen routing security to the internet community, focus on building strategic partnerships, and also I helped on the development of the white paper on MANRS at the United Nations cyber norms. So it was an amazing opportunity that make me feel that we are doing something for the internet growing around the world. Yeah, that's it. That is my presentation and my experience. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Paola, and congratulate you for a good presentation. So we will have the Q&A session. I think we can make our questions after the Musa presentation. So just take some your notation, and at the end you will have your flow to make the questions. Please, Musa, come on.
A minute, I'm loading the slide, please. The slide is loading. All right. Can you see my slides? Oh no, still loading. Yeah, I guess you can now see my slides, right? Okay, yes, so for me, I'm Musa Stephen Honlue, and I am a fellow for this year under the training capacity. So our main function is to, evangelize, if I will say it like that. That is spread the news around the MANRS initiative. I won't dwell much on on what my colleagues presented already. Oops, I think I loaded the wrong slides. What's happened? Sorry. Let me just share my desktop. A particular window. So community week. What do you see? My slides, right? What do you see? Do you see like the internet routing table?
Yeah, we can see it now.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So I think my colleagues Sami and Paola, is it Paola Pérez, did the presentation already on everything. So yeah, just some complementaries. So as of date, the internet routing table, as we know, is more than 900,000 routes. That's managed by the BGP protocol. And the observatory, as of November, that is since the beginning of November till now, is showing 295 incidents. And we can see that we have 756 culprits. This is like one of the major incidents that happened a few weeks back. And we have this every day. We have this every day, as Sami presented. The internet is so vulnerable due to the way that the BGP protocol was conceived, based on trust. If there is no way to verify the information that our peers are sharing to us, we might propagate the wrong information to the internet, and that will cause like sometimes outages for not only one organization, maybe many organizations and many countries. Like for this particular incident, this is the number of countries that got affected. 42 countries, 972 ASNs, 4,765 prefixes got affected. So this was a major incident, and as you can see, so this in the course of time, the number of prefixes that got affected, it started with 2,500 prefixes, went up to 4,500 and dropped to 500 prefixes, and it happened like in a long time period. So routing incidents happen every day. They can span the time of the time frame of seconds to minutes to hours to days to months. So the three incidents that we are trying to fight here are the prefix hijacking, the route leaks, and the IP spoofing. I won't dwell more in that. So we have 4 MANRS programs of date. The one for network operators, the internet exchange points, the content delivery, and this year for equipment vendors. Basically, this new program is aiming at onboarding equipment vendors like Cisco, Huawei, and others. Their actions is to encourage the MANRS adoption by providing training and certification programs, and also making sure that they implement the right code so that it's easy for those that are using their devices to implement the MANRS actions. So Sami already presented the 4 actions, so I will skip this. So now for us as fellows for the training scope, we are doing a lot of outreach, and in terms of webinars, presentations, workshops. So this is some screenshots of some of the events that I took part, and just a list of those that I personally took part. But as the entire group, the cohort for the training section, we've done a lot of outreach. So far, we've reached out to basically 1,300 participants, where we shared about the MANRS, the initiative, why they should join. So we also have this MANRS lab that we share with those that are interested, so that they can practice and have hands-on. So basically, right now, the way the lab works, you can do the anti-spoofing and you can do the filtering. And right now, I am also building like an RPKI test bed. You have the topology on screen there, whereby you know it's very difficult. Most of the RIR, I will speak for Afrinic, do not provide like a test bed to show people how to create ROAS and understand the ROAS. So in this lab environment, I'm trying to install Krill, which will act like my RPKI repository. And then I will have like 1 or 2 validators that I will use, then have some routers. So this environment is based on, I'm using Ubuntu 20.04, Dynamics and Dynagen. So that is it for what I had to share with you today. I will rely on you to elaborate more if there are any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Musa. Thank you. And we already have some questions here for you. But first, I would like to address mine for you all, the 3 speakers. Sam has reminded us the Facebook outage for six hours. So how do you think this outage can affect financially, technically, any provider, any XP, CDN, and RAN? How, Sami? Can be financially, technically?
Of course, we all know that the internet now become a very important tool in our life to communicate with others. When Facebook goes down for 6 hours, it affects our communication with our relatives, friends, and even some businesses are depending on some Facebook application like WhatsApp Business. So I don't have a study on how much it's affected business exactly, but of course, so many people are affected, and we see in the news it's becoming the top headline for all channels around the world that Facebook is down and the world is affected of losing the communication via WhatsApp channel.
Thank you, Sami. Paola, how do you think the ISOC and the MANRS the ISOC and MANRS action has contributed in some incidents during the 2020? How do you think your job, your work as fellows and MANRS for 2020 has contributed for how can I say, for increase the routing security in the internet?
Yeah, well, we have to note also that MANRS just started in 2014, but then after all network operators share their experiences, is that MANRS specifically born as a fellowship programs, ambassador program, and all of this. So according to the statistics that I think Sami shared, the incidence numbers decreased, of course, and also I think that the BGP importance, according also to the Facebook incident that happened days ago, is reinforced now. So the people that didn't hear about BGP, the protocol, is now maybe worried about that. And I read also an article that many people is just interested in how to promote or learn more about this protocol. So the most important thing I think in MANRS is to understand the security in routing, not only the actions, just the importance of that, and then after that, learn how to implement these actions.
Thank you, thank you. Musa, how do you think are we going to reach some point of time in which we will not have incidents happening in the internet? And yes, do you think we are we going to reach this point?
Well, that is not something feasible. Security incidents will always happen for many reasons. The obvious reason is that technology is improving, right? And if you look at the tools today that attackers use online to perform their job, these tools have become very, very sophisticated. So you don't even need knowledge to use them. You get what I mean? So technology is improving, and routing secure incidents don't just happen because of people not doing the right thing. You get it? The example Sami took in his presentation was Facebook. Facebook is 100% MANRS compliant, but due to a mistake in a code, someone brought down all their DNS servers, and you saw what happened. WhatsApp, Facebook was down for a couple of hours. So there is no way we are going to, stop incidents from happening totally on the internet. But at least one thing is guaranteed: if you apply the best current practices that we are advocating for, your network is safe. Not totally safe, because there are other parts of the network that might be attacked. In the network security, there are many layers of security. Routing security is just one of them. And a route outage could happen not because the routing is not secured, just because someone decided to click something from their email and a specific code is being executed in the network, causing outage. So there are many things that needs to happen. Yes, we will reduce the number of incidents. Yes, the effects of the incidents happening on the networks will be reduced, but they will keep happening, and they will even change. Now, why are we here? This is why keeping MANRS up to date is very important, because when there will be new vectors of incidents, we will have to adapt MANRS to make sure that we are always publishing the best current practices, so that the industry can apply and get our routing, our global routing table more secured. And there are new standards that are coming, like the BGP-SEC that is standardized. People are going to go for it. There are people that are not going to adopt all what we are recommending. Like right now, if you look at the percentage of adoption of RPKI, it's a bit low, especially in the region where I'm coming from, the African region. So this advocacy is gonna continue. We are going to keep improving the programs and make sure that we evangelize as much as possible. Yeah.
May I add to that, please, if you allow me?
Yeah.
So the average recovery time for BGP incident in 2019 was 19 hours. And we see in Facebook case such a very big routing incident and affect a data center around the world, and not affecting only Facebook but other data centers. It took only 6 hours. So besides decreasing the number of incidents by applying good practice and good communication and reliable data, we can reduce the effect of the routing incident.
Exactly. Thank you, Sami.
Thank you. Thank you, Musa. I'm sorry, guys. I was disconnected for some reason. And I lost. Please, Xander, can you address the two questions you posted? Oh, okay. I can't see this, Xander. Yes, the first question was from Hannah Sabak, and she asked, what is the advantage of becoming a MANRS participant? Is it enough to just implement the actions without becoming a member?
The end goal here is to secure the routing table. So there are people out there, there are networks out there that are doing everything that is required for the MANRS participation. And they are not MANRS members. But the good thing when you become MANRS members is that we have figures, we have statistics in terms of, we know that, all right now we have around 7,000 ASNs on the internet. And we can say, okay, 50% of the ASNs are MANRS participants. And yeah, so it's good for statistics. It's also good when you are a member because you are kept updated. So if there are new information, we share information easily with you when you are a MANRS participant. And being MANRS participants, you can also like share the MANRS action around you. So yeah, you can implement the actions if you know them without becoming a member, but there is a plus when you are a member.
Do you, Sami and Paola, have some additional?
Yeah, maybe one of the main benefits you got when you join MANRS, it's if you are applying the action themselves, as I mentioned in my presentation, some of the action are developed to secure your network, which I mean, I present the filtering and anti-spoofing. Those techniques are developed for you to protect your network, but you need to be to have up-to-date data and to have a connection with the world. So the crowdsourcing of the people running autonomous system, this information benefits you to monitor your network from outside. So you have a better picture of what's happening in the global routing system, and you can prevent your network from incident before it reaches your network. So becoming a MANRS member, MANRS participant, you will have up-to-date information in a very fast way, so you can prevent your network before the incident reach your boundaries. That's my.
Okay, thank you. So, Paola, regarding to this, related to this question, do you think if I implement all the actions from MANRS, but some of my peers don't implement them, am I still secure?
Sorry, I didn't understand your last phrase.
Yes. For example, I implement all the MANRS actions, but my peers don't implement. So how am I affected? Am I secure or no?
I mean, if you are implementing all your actions, maybe you are secure, but at the end, if not all the people or not the peers are implementing that, maybe you are more secure than before, but not 100% secure in your routing security.
Okay, thank you. And we have another question here. What is the relationship between MANRS and ISOC, and what is the role of MANRS community?
Well, I can just answer that if you want. Well, I think ISOC always has been supporting resilient internet. MANRS is one of these actions. So since the first moment, ISOC is supporting MANRS. The role of the MANRS community is like is to build a resilient internet, and of course join a community of people that is security minded, and join a community of organizations that are committed with the routing security too.
Thank you, Paola. Do you want to comment, Stephen and Sami?
Well, I think Paola said it all. You know, ISOC is just like the body that carries the MANRS initiative, but the MANRS initiative, founded in 2014, was like a group of, you know, network engineers coming together and finding a way that we could collaboratively secure the global routing table. So I would not say it is exactly like the IETF. You know, the IETF is a group of engineers. They meet to decide what protocols should be. And this initiative is also, you know, ISOC is also supporting this initiative. So this is kind of those initiatives where, you know, ISOC tried to champion to make sure that the internet is safer and reliable and available for everyone. And the MANRS community is a community that's still growing. You know, it's a group of people that have in common the security of the internet. So if you think this is something that is how will I say relevant to you, you can join the MANRS community in any capacity. And yeah, that is it. So that's it. The community, those that are interested in, you know, carrying this initiative to the next level, this is the community, and the community will help to develop the program so that we are up to date with all the new trends that are happening in the industry.
Okay, I have just a small thing to add. When the internet was developed, it assumes all networks are trustworthy. So at that time, there are just few networks, just few autonomous systems. But nowadays, when we are seeing more than 100,000 autonomous systems, it's difficult to control and difficult to monitor. And I believe theoretically, if all autonomous system administrators are in one network, I mean communication network, and they exchange trustful data and information, the routing incident will be zero. But I know it's not possible to convince all network admin to be in the same group, but this will be better for the internet. So while the MANRS group it's become bigger, the routing security will eventually become better.
Okay, thank you. Do you have some advice for who is not a member for MANRS, ISOC MANRS? Any of you?
So in my case, during my participation in as a MANRS fellow, I convinced 3 operators to join the MANRS, 2 in my country, Sudan, and 1 in our neighbor country, Chad. And one of them is the ISOC chapter in Sudan. It was the first ISOC chapter to join the initiative, the MANRS. And I believe the MANRS people need to develop more programs. I think now they have 4 programs for operator, IXP, CDN, and OEM. And I think they need to have a special program for NREN the National Research and Education Network, and maybe other critical infrastructure, maybe the ISOC chapter in the national ISOC chapter. So I believe more program will convince more people to join and benefit from the from MANR and contributing to enhance the routing security in the internet.
Yeah, I agree with Sami. I think that the point that he mentioned about the critical infrastructure is very important in MANRS community too, and also it's not only technical work, it's also a policy work that is very important to increase the awareness, to understand the actions first, and then we can start implementing the actions.
Thank you, thank you. So according to your speeches and your answers, we can close this this session saying that the collaboration is what is going to make our internet safer, isn't it?
Yes, agree.
Yes. Okay. Thank you guys for speaking to the community, and I would like to take this moment to invite all of the participants to join our community, our ISOC, our MANRS community. Thank you, the organizers, and we have the more 2 days for the event tomorrow and after tomorrow. So please join the events, and it will be in all the time zone so that you can participate in your accordance. Thank you guys, and see you tomorrow and after tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.